Hi there, my name's Gina and I am starting a video journal for my weight loss. You can see here I'm looking pretty fat. Anyway, I actually have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to losing weight. I lost a lot of weight about 15 years ago. I lost 90 pounds or about 40 kilos. That was in my 20s. I was 28 at the time. It took me 11 months to lose all that weight. And I managed to maintain my weight for about 12 years. And now, at the age of 42, I'm turning 43 in a couple of months, I find myself in a situation where I have been emotionally eating, and hormones might have a little bit to do with it, but really there are no excuses. I have done this to myself. So anyway, I'm actually a nutritionist. I became a nutritionist in my late 20s to help myself lose weight. And so I know exactly what to do from my own personal experience and from my education. And so I thought I would keep this journal to help other people to lose weight and to love their body if you're interested in following along. So my plan is to show you the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, when I need to change things up, and I'll show you what I implement along the way to get myself back to my happy weight. This is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. If you would like to follow along and implement some of these things that I do to lose weight into your own lifestyle, that would be great. I would love to have you on this journey. There's nothing better than feeling good in your own body. So anyway, if you want to follow along, you can do it. I've put all of my social media stuff down the bottom. And if you'd like to ask questions along the way, ask as we go. The best place to ask me questions is on my website, which I have also put below here. So this is where I'm starting. I am currently in a size 16 and busting out of it. So here you go. This is how I look right now. And I have weighed myself this morning. I am currently 87.4 kilograms, or around about 190 something pounds. What is that in pounds? Sorry guys, bear with me. So I'm actually 192 pounds. My goal is to get back into a size 12, and for me that means I need to lose around about 38 pounds or about 16 kilos. So I'm aiming to be 68 to 70 kilos. That's where my body feels best. And that would be, in pounds, that's around about 150 to 154 pounds. So I've got a little ways to go, but it's not as bad as it could be. So this is what I'm going to do for my plan. I am going to weigh myself once a week only. I don't believe in weighing all the time, just because I think it messes with our head too much and it takes us away from the big picture, which is to get out of the diet mentality. So I will weigh myself once a week and I will give you updates as they come. My eating plan is going to consist of unprocessed foods. So I'm going to cut out grains and sugar, and also beans and lentils. And the reason I do that is because grains naturally need to be processed in order for us to eat them. And I just know from my body, grains don't work very well for me, so I'm going to cut those out. And sugar, well, I think we all know by now, if you want to get fat, just live on sugar. It's going to do it. So I'm getting rid of all the sugar. So my meals will be meat, poultry, fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, dairy products, and if I ate seafood, I would include that as well, but I don't really like seafood, so I'm not going to include it. And the other thing I'm going to do, I don't count or weigh anything. And again, that's because I don't want to be stuck in that diet mentality. So the way that I do it is I simply eat when I'm hungry. And that means I'm not watching the clock. I'm not eating for any other reasons, boredom or whatever, any emotional eating type reasons. I just want to get in touch with my body and what it needs, and basically eat when I feel hungry and stop when I'm satisfied. And if I do that, I know that I will shrink fairly naturally. So I'm not going to include exercise right now, but in a couple of weeks I will start exercising. But just for this initial stage, for the first couple of weeks, all I want to do is focus on getting in touch with my body, eat when I'm hungry, eat naturally occurring, unprocessed, whole foods as much as possible. I know in this world it is difficult to eat foods that are unprocessed because it takes a lot of time to organise. But as we go along, I'll show you how I do that, how I organise really good quality foods and fit that into my day. This is really a lifestyle makeover. So I'm focusing obviously on food, but also on my mind. And the reason I focus on my mind is because I am a food addict, an emotional eater, a binge eater. I have always struggled with this. And this is why I look the way I do right now. And I really am not happy with the way that I feel and the way that I look. So for me, the way that I stay motivated and the way that I get myself back on track is to stop criticizing myself and stop thinking negative thoughts about myself, because when I think like that, I will inevitably start eating to stuff down those horrible feelings. So instead, I'm going to focus on congratulating myself for every little thing I do that is moving me in the right direction. And I know from experience, from the last time I lost a lot of weight, that is what keeps me on track. It's all about, motivating your mind to want to do what you need to do in order to reach your goal. So every single time I do something that moves me in the right direction, I will take a second to tell myself that I'm doing a good job and to focus on the positive. And I know from doing that, that will naturally help me to stop emotionally eating and stop stuffing down my feelings. So before I go, I'm going to introduce you to my beautiful girls, because you'll probably see them in the next videos that I do. So this is my Poppy. She is 9, turning 9 this year. And we call her Pooh. I gave her, when she was a tiny little puppy, well, she was never really tiny little, but anyway, when she was a puppy, I gave her the name Poppy Poppy Poo Poo. And so now she just comes to Pooh or Pooey, which people are usually really confused about that, but that's where that comes from. And my other girl, this is Binksy, or Binksy Baby. And Binks is 1 year younger. They're actually sisters. So they've got the same parents, but they're 1 year apart. So a different litter. But Binksy Baby is the most beautiful girl, best guard dog ever. And she has recently had surgery, which you might be able to see this. She actually had a big cancerous tumour here, just cut off about 10 days ago. So today we're going to get her stitches out, but she's healed up really nicely. And you can see these girls absolutely run this household. Like, they're on my lounge, they're in the bed as often as possible. It's endless cleaning. That should be enough exercise right there, right? But it's not. Anyway, if you would like to follow along and see how my progress unfolds over the next couple of months, you can subscribe. I've put in all of my social media handles down there, and I've put in the website, so you can go to the website and see all the other videos as they get uploaded. And I hope to see you soon. Join in the fun. We can lose weight together. Bye.